With 6 games remaining in the Deeside Dragons fixtures, they're going to continue to push for that league title here tonight, but they can't afford to take their foot off the gas against the only team who's put a blip on that near perfect record, and that's the Nottingham Lions.
Well, regular viewers of Drop the Puck will know that the Nottingham Lions are one of them teams that always claim they're in the development stages, got a good youth setup in that, and look, you've got to take it for granted that this is a team that are going to come here fighting. They're going to want to come away with a win, take a scalp.
Of course, the rumour was earlier this week that the Nottingham Lions were going to be turning up with a young squad tonight, but as you can see, full crew here tonight. We're getting heckled by the players on the way round. Full crew for Nottingham, all guns blazing. This could very well be Deeside's toughest test of the season.
Well, yeah, because look at that. The Nottingham Lions, right, like every team, are going to come here to beat the Deeside Dragons, and you've got to face it. If they're sitting at the top of the table, everybody below them is looking to be that one team that knocks them off, and Nottingham being the only team they have so far are quite proud of that. But what you've got to remember is you've got quite a strong side in Deeside. You've got some really key players, and the one thing that all the teams seem to do when they come here is struggle to stop the key players like your Palaks and your Supers.
Of course, expect a strong test for the defence for Nottingham tonight. Luke Thomas, their captain, will be leading from behind like he does, and I suspect the game plan for Nottingham, like it has been for so many teams this season, going to be taking out key guys like Adrian Palak.
Well, it's just like I just said now, all the teams that have come here have come with the same game plan, Dave, and that has been like just to stop Palak or stop Super. They can't, because they've got such talent, such speed. The defences have to play honest. They have to lay off, give them that space. But when they do that, that one edge, that one pace they've got on it, the speed is just too much. The teams just can't keep up with it. And I expect the game to be intense, a lot of action, and a lot of goals.
We've got to give a big shout out to Ross Kennedy tonight, number 55 for the Deeside Dragons, celebrating his 18th birthday tonight, and only minutes before this game, he was on the ice for the juniors. As of today, he can legally take off that cage and play with a visor. We'll see what option he goes with tonight. Don't know how much ice time he'll have, because tiring shift playing 2 games, Gary.
Well, he's committed. The kid's come through the process of the academy here. He's just a natural talent, and I expect big things of him in the future.
Huge game tonight against one of the top opponents, and a huge crowd here tonight as well. What else is there to say? Don't go away, and make sure you're here when we get ready to drop the puck. We get set to drop the puck here tonight, and we're expecting a strong game from Nottingham, and this crowd is huge here tonight, Gary.
Yeah, it's a really good turnout, so that the fans have come to support them tonight.
Dragons behind their net, under pressure. Number 20, Joseph Gretton for Nottingham, keeps it in. Connor Glossop skates around Bryn Roberts, digs out in front, backhand shot at the back of the net. Cameron Powell has it. Humphreys held up along the boards. Roberts trying to clear. He's under pressure from Glossop. Kennedy on the ice. Shot straight into the glove of George Cox, and Nottingham firing on all cylinders in the early going here. Matty Wainwright chases that. Tries to get it to Furnival. It's cleared. And now Parsons skates it in, looking for a man to drop it back to. But he's under pressure from the Nottingham D. Gets it to Wainwright. Shot into the chest. A nice defence there by Luke Thomas, who we spoke about earlier there. Their veteran captain. Fellows behind his net, looking for somebody up front. Miscue there by Roberts, loses the puck. Fellows had to go back for it. Fellows and Jones, line mates for tonight. Jones dumps it in. It's picked up by Alan Roberts. Davis on the blue line, tries to play it out front. Tried to get it to Chappell, but it was knocked out of the zone as Roberts has to play it in again. Along the boards, held up. And you can see the coaching staff there at Nottingham shouting their orders from the bench, certainly vocal.
They're coming here with their A game tonight. You can tell by the way they're attacking Dave that they mean business.
That's certainly true, that Gary. Nottingham are fired up for this game. As Lovell forced back into his own zone. Played in. Deeks shot. Well, the Nottingham netminder, 31, Thomas Howell, was just strong in net. Held his ground. Palak brought into the boards. And it's as we suspected, a bit of physical play there with Palak.
It's like we said at the beginning, Dave, every team's coming here to try and shut him down.
Tied up in the skates of Palak, who turns it round. He skates it in. Shot! Through the legs at the rebound. The crowd was on their feet. Best opportunity of the night so far. But Nottingham turn it round the other way and score the opening goal. And that's number 4, Connor Glossop.
Caught them out on the counter attack there. Good play by Nottingham, made it fast up the ice. Palak was left sprawling all over the floor. 1-0 Nottingham.
So Connor Glossop puts Nottingham on the board, and Gary, Nottingham have come here to play.
Certainly have. Every team wants to win when they come here.
They're playing heavy hitting, even from the face cages, I notice. And the Dragons reeling a little bit now. They need to come back strong.
It's like we said on the intro, Dave, Nottingham are the only one team this season that have managed to put a defeat on the Dragons.
Wainwright plays it along the boards to Furnival as the Dragons now try and set something up. Super skates it in round the back. Gets it to Wainwright, shot! Parsons was in a perfect position there, but the bounce just went over his stick and it's knocked all the way down to Cox in net. Wainwright behind his own goal. Plays it up to Roberts, who skates in with Chappell. But Nottingham managed to clear again. Lovell plays it back into his zone as the Dragons have a line change on the D. Palak with a burst of speed, skates that in, shot into the blocker and up high onto the plexi. And far less of the Dragons moving forward at the moment. Gary feels like they know that Nottingham are trying to break away. You see number 12 there, Kasperzak, is just lingering in the centre ice,
Waiting to pick up on the counter attack.
There's always one man waiting to pick up the puck the other way, as we just see there, number 8, Joe Humphreys. The Dragons going to have to play smart defensively tonight, I think. And it's another goal! Proof that the Nottingham Lions' plan of attack is sound. And Connor Glossop racks up another one. So the Nottingham Lions go on the attack on the power play. Bryn Roberts is sitting out for a cross check. And a hook there on Palak as he shoots, and it's in! It's a goal! Short-handed for the Deeside Dragons!
Ladies and gentlemen, Adrian Palak is in the room.
The crowd back on their feet as the energy returns to the Dragon's Den.
As I was saying, Dave, Dragons need to get on the board, and Sue, they couldn't have timed it any better.
Short-handed goal for Adrian Palak. Has taken the wind out of the power play. So he's going at it again! Round the back, and he's held up. And the referee's going to call that. Much to the chagrin of Ads Andrews. So we've got coincidental minors charged to Ads Andrews, who goes down for a hook. And we've got Adrian Palak, who's got 2 minutes for diving.
So it's a bit of a Didier Drogba there then.
Shot, and it's a goal! Dragons fire back. Simon Furnival. Every time a penalty's called, the Dragons just managed to get another short-handed one, and they've tied the game up 5-4. Welcome back to Drop the Puck. And we are all set to go for the second period of this game between the Deeside Dragons and the Nottingham Lions. In case you missed the first period, Nottingham got off to a fighting start, went 2-0 up, and the Deeside Dragons fired back. Both short-handed goals. But what can we expect for the second period? Philip Super just walks into a wall of Ads Andrews. Palak takes a shot. Has a rebound as well. Lions tried to clear. Austin keeps it in. Tries to get it in front of the net, but the Lions turn it round. Andrews deeks and dumps. Conor McNaughton behind the net, played it along the boards, but now Super back the other way. He's in all alone. Shot just nearly trickles past the netminder, and Alex Parry was bearing down on Thomas Howell, who had to cover up. So the Dragons find themselves back on the power play, as Ben Wood is going to sit out for Nottingham for 2 minutes for a slashing call. Jones with the shot. We've got Furnival on. The second power play unit for the Deeside Dragons. Right back the other way. Conor Glossop had gone back for that. I think he was hoping to replicate the Dragons' success on the short-handed front. Of course, Conor Glossop chasing his hat-trick. Already got 2 goals for Nottingham, opened up the scoring here today. Dragons start to set up a play. Parsons at the front. And that's picked off by Andrews, who dumps it back down the ice. Simon Furnival tried to get it to Parsons, but Jones picks that up. Dragons change up the power play unit. They've got a few seconds left. They can get one more play. Lovell forced back by Andrews. Andrews clears it again. That's going to kill off the penalty against the Nottingham Lions. Nice penalty kill there, Gary.
It certainly was. It's weird. It's like they're just perusing around on the ice, waiting to pick each other up.
Poke check on Adrian Palak, who looked like he was going to skate in and have an opportunity.
And with that, the pace picks up.
As we reach the halfway point in this game, you're right, Gary, the pace noticeably, tempo's changed slightly since the start of the period. Still a lot of hockey to play.
It's like we said at the beginning, Dave, Nottingham need to win this game if they're to stay in the race for the playoffs. They can't afford another loss.
As another Lion goes down, and Palak skates it in, shot!
No one to follow that up.
Puck is loose out front. It's picked up by Nottingham. Kasperzak was tied up with Super. It's deep in the Dragon zone now, and they need to clear it. And Benjamin Wilson, number 88, hit the ice, and that's a big guy to hit you. He was bearing down on Philip Super there. If I was Super, I'd keep skating.
It's a little bit like Raiders of the Lost Ark when that's rolling behind you. Run, Adrian, run!
Held in by Nottingham. Super is going to try and play it up front. Jones puts it on the stick of Parsons. Deeks it past Kasperzak. Shot! Knocked all the way out to the point, and Fellows keeps that in. But Nottingham pick up the puck. Couldn't quite get a pass across there, and going to be a forward line change for the Lions. As the Dragons recover, Palak takes a shot. That was a huge shot.
Again, Dave, nobody there to pick it up. Loose pucks just slowly gliding across that far post there. All it needs is a tap in, no one there, can't get the goal.
Chappell fanned on that shot. Shot from Palak. Chappell tries to get it out of that corner. Cross ice to some space to Bryn Roberts. Takes a shot. Chipping away at it. Palak gets it in. Palak's second of the night. Put the puck on the net and good things will happen, and that's exactly what we've just seen as the Deeside Dragons go up for the first time this game.
What I was saying, Dave, people backing up, following up there, keep stabbing away at the pickle, you're going to get it in there.
Nottingham win the face-off. And that goal is going to be awarded to Adrian Palak. Assist from Bryn Roberts and Andy Chappell. But Gary, it's taken the Dragons 34 minutes to get the go-ahead goal.
It has taken its time, but it's normal surface has been resumed, shall we say, but the tempo's picked up again, Dave.
Certainly has. Parry out front. Goaltender lost the stick. Back the other way is Ben Wood. And now Philip Super. The three forwards for Deeside bearing down. Shot. Super gets another chance on it. And the Dragons have had their first bite of the second period and they want more. They can smell blood in the water. Nottingham just overreached. And that's going to bring the puck down into their net for an icing call. So Mike Jones is going to dump that into the Nottingham Lions zone. Captain Luke Thomas went back for that. And Nottingham just making a few miscues on the passes in the second period. Matt Wainwright manages to get it out front and it's cleared. Lovell's going to skate that in. Tries to turn it round. Gets it out front, but it's stopped by Joseph Gretton. Gavin Austin's forced back for that. Parsons gets it up front as we enter the last minute of the second period. And it's been a quiet middle act, this, Gary.
Very much so. It's gone really, really quickly as well.
Shot and it's in! Simon Furnival extends the Dragons' lead to 2 late in the second period.
Good time to get it just as they're going in.
So Simon Furnival gets his second goal of the night, and that's 2 for Furnival, 2 for Palak. Both the first and second line for the Dragons firing on all cylinders, Gary.
Very much so, and it seems to have got the Lions back up a bit as they're trying to put a bit of pressure on the Dragons' goal, but I think it's a little bit too late now as they're coming to the end of this period.
Nottingham just fire the puck off the boards as the seconds close out on the second period. We're going to find out how they fire back as we enter the third period in just a few minutes' time. Don't go away. We'll be right back here on Drop the Puck. Welcome back to Drop the Puck as we get set to go at the start of this third period, and what an interesting game it's been. If you've just joined us, you missed a tight first period. Nottingham Lions went up 2 goals courtesy of Conor Glossop early on in the game, and the Dragons fire back with 2 short-handed goals. Second period, Dragons with another 2 goals. I've made it 4-2 in the Dragons' favour. And so the Dragons get through. Palak takes a shot, gets a rebound, it's in! It's a goal for Adrian Palak! His 3rd of the night!
Guy's on fire tonight.
And he's going to start the third period with a big hat-trick. And that's exactly the kind of start to the third period that the Dragons needed.
The very thing that Lowell Paul was telling us prior to us going on air tonight, that most teams will try and shut Palak down. They've not been able to do that, have they, in the second and third period?
Lions come right out of that face-off, looking to make a big play. And Adrian Palak celebrating his hat-trick here tonight.
A deserved one as well, Dave.
It's a fantastic start to the third period, exactly what the Dragons need, and it's what we've said all along, Gary, about trying to get those rebounds. Palak took it to the net, managed to get the rebound that the goaltender Thomas Howell's been giving out for most of the night.
Well, it's weird because on that particular goal, Dave, Adrian was going slow enough to pick up his own rebound. Normally he's going so fast, he scoots right past the net.
As the puck is cleared to centre ice, it's dumped in by Robert Perks. Stopped by Cox at the back of the net, but Kasperzak holds up Mike Jones. And now the Dragons back the other way. Palak with another shot.
Oh.
Tricky bounce there. Nearly beat the netminder.
That would have been an unfortunate goal on him there.
Dumped in from centre ice by Mike Jones. Shot by Palak. And now Lions fighting back the other way. Humphreys and Glossop shot into the chest of the netminder. It's loose out front. Humphreys has got it, turns it round, shoots. And again, beats the goaltender. Top shelf. And Joe Humphreys puts the Nottingham Lions back on the board for the first time since the first period. It's 5-3.
Some power in those shots there, Dave, and it'd be difficult for any keeper to stop. But it was coming, wasn't it? The Lions weren't giving up.
A much needed goal for the Nottingham Lions early in the third period, and that brings the tally to 5-3 in favour of the Dragons.
And they're not out of it yet, though.
Well, let's not forget there were 2 goals in quick succession for Nottingham early in the first period. There's still plenty of time for them to get back into this game. And they do! There we go! Second goal of the third period for the Nottingham Lions, and that's courtesy of number 8, Joe Humphreys. Palak knocked down by Ads Andrews. Well, I imagine that was quite satisfying for Andrews to take down Palak.
Well, tempers are flaring up a little now, Dave, so I can see a few penalties.
Slashing penalty assist to Bryn Roberts. Both teams 4-on-4. But again, the Dragons, whilst killing off a penalty, managed to score another goal, and that one's going to be courtesy of Mark Lovell. Shot from Nottingham. Courtesy of Conor Glossop, who's one of the Nottingham goal scorers for this game. This is Nottingham's opportunity to tie it up. Glossop takes another shot.
Good save.
You've got Joe Humphreys, Nottingham's other goal scorer, parked in front of the net.
These shots are going to fly in, Dave, and they're coming in at some speed as well.
If there's ever a chance to take control of this game again, it's now. As the first penalty to Deeside expires, Nottingham get the puck in the back of the net. And Cameron Powell. And now there's a fight breaking out from the bench. Matty Compton grabbed Joe Humphreys. Super. Sends it cross ice. Wainwright keeps it in at the point. Parsons brings it out front, and it's a goal! Simon Furnival gets another one in. And the Deeside Dragons make it 7.
Restoring that 2-point cushion.
The Nottingham Lions came to play. They didn't have as deep a bench as the Deeside Dragons, but they've made it count. Brought out front, Glossop shoots.
Almost
Rebound.
an empty net, that.
What a collision. Humphreys brings down Palak. And now we've got a shoving match there at centre ice, and Davis just isn't going to bite. He's going to stick to his coach's game plan. But Bryn Roberts, he's been warned by the referee already tonight. Owen Bennett is out now. He's the Dragons' designated brawler. He's having words with Ads Andrews, and that's a matchup that I want to see, Gary.
And I think you're about to see it. Oh,
We've
dear.
got Owen Bennett on the ice, lined up against Benjamin Wilson. Things could be about to kick off as soon as the puck's dropped here.
Well, this could be a mess.
This could be very, very interesting. And here we go. Wilson and Bennett. And this is going to be a battle of the heavyweights. This crowd on their feet. It's time for both these teams to put on a show.
Oh. Was that a body slam?
I think he just fell on him. Not so much a fight, more of a fall. As we enter the closing 4 minutes of this game. Still 7-5 to the Deeside Dragons, but Nottingham have come back before, and they can come back again.
Nottingham Rayner from the Nottingham Lions was marking Palak there very closely. Oh dear.
It took the Dragons half of this game to take the lead, and now tempers are flaring up fully on the ice as number 20 Joseph Gretton grabs a hold of Philip Super, and the helmets and gloves are off. And Gretton wants him bad. Bryn Roberts mouthing off. And the referees now decided they're going to take this matter into hand.
And with 4 minutes remaining, we resume the game. And we resume the fighting.
The sticks are flying, the hits are big, and Owen Bennett is trying to climb out of the box.
A lot of hugging.
This is happening. Bennett's just stolen the glove. Nottingham player there just levelled by Mike Jones. That was Kasper Zak. And here we go. Jones and Kasper Zak have dropped the gloves. I think we're going to have to change the title of the show, Gary. Welcome to Drop the Gloves.
Oh, we got
what a punch! Kasper Zak brings Mike Jones down. He's going to feel that one in the morning. So we've got another Deeside Dragons penalty. And we're into the closing seconds. We've got an additional 2 minutes assessed for roughing, which is why the Dragons are down rather than a coincidental minus for the fight. As the game expires, it's a Deeside Dragons win, 7-5, and what a game that was.
Matt, what a game here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, we take that as a bit of a moral victory, to be fair. We're quite happy with the way we performed. We came in here tonight with 13 players, missing 6 of our major players. You know, a list as long as your arm of the guys that were missing here tonight. So for my 13 guys, a couple of guys don't get regular shifts, but tonight they played the whole game, and really pleased with the way they performed.
And you were out of the blocks fairly quickly. Did that help the momentum of that first period
Yeah,
for you?
We spoke to the players before the game, and we said it'll work one or two ways, with obviously the delay in the game and obviously the travel and the difficulty with the changing rooms tonight. It was going to work one or two ways. We were going to come flying out the blocks, or we were going to probably 3 or 4 goals down, and that didn't happen. It was the opposite. We went up two early goals, but you know, at times, you know, obviously Furnival got himself a hat-trick tonight, but one man ran that whole show tonight, and that was Palak. And you know, there's no doubt that is a top player. He earns his money, and he's doing his job. My guys are still paying £90 a month to play, and we're enjoying our hockey.
Matt, once again, thank you very much for speaking to us. Good luck in those games
Yeah,
at
thanks
the end
very
of the
much. I really appreciate
you.
You're doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks.
Lol, quite a tense start here, conceding 2 early goals.
Yeah, it was a slow start. We had a massive bench. They had a short bench. Our tactics were to burn them out early, and that's all governed by our tempo. We're always governed by how we start, and we didn't start that quick tonight. They come to skate hard. They knew they had to skate hard because they only had a short bench, and they took us by surprise. But you know, like I've said in previous interviews, I never thought we were going to lose. With too much quality in our team, you know. So yeah, we just took a period to get going, and then we answered their 2-0 with 4 unanswered goals, and then we had a little bit of a sloppy time towards the third period. But we come back. Si Furnival was great tonight, you know, hat-trick, and James Parsons was fantastic. You know, aside from the imports, you know, who have had great seasons, a lot of my players have had, being unnoticed, they've had fantastic seasons.
Towards the end of the game, very, very feisty. Penalty boxes were getting full. How do you see that from your side of it?
Well, I was very, very disappointed with Matt Bradbury tonight, because their coach has obviously sent his players out to do a job, and his sole mission was to get my players kicked out, because he knows they're not going to play us again. They're not going to get promotion next season. You know, they're in 3rd place now, and they may even finish 4th if Blackburn's possible to catch them. And as a coach on the bench, I thought he would have more respect for the other side. I mean, we've probably outshot them by a massive amount of shots. But to send players out to purposely try and get guys kicked out the game, I thought that was a low blow, and I was very disappointed with Matt.
Before the game, I spoke to Mark Lovell, and Mark Lovell talked about this league being a development league. What's your stance on that?
Well, the NIHL say it's a development league, but you know, it's strange that if you adopt the attitude that ED2 is a development league, how do you escape from a development league? How do you get promotion if you say to yourself, right, we're just going to improve our players, oh, we don't want promotion, no, because we're only a development league. So how do you ever get, you know, you're in your box. You know, Matt Bradbury tonight talked about improving his players. And you know, what happens when he improves his players to a certain point, that they're that good, they can escape the development league? Does he let them go and play for someone else and get more juniors in? Because is he just using that team as a development league? He's not the senior team at Nottingham. He's got the Nottingham Panthers. This is the senior team here. We need to escape from a development league. And that's what the finances coming in from Red Hockey this year. The people getting involved have finances enough so we can bring better players in to escape from the development league. And that's what we've done. And when he's saying we're a one-man team with Palak, it's absurd. Have a look at the league point scorers. Palak and Super are high up. But the top 20 have got 9 Dragons in. It's ridiculous, you know. He's a sore, bitter and twisted man tonight because the Deeside Dragons have beat him on 3 occasions out of 4, and he was lucky that we had a blip in the season. We haven't been beaten since the 3rd of October last year. We've proved what we're worth, and if he had any worth about himself, he would have complimented us instead of trying to say we're a one-man team. The league doesn't lie, the stats don't lie. We're a far better team, and I didn't want to, after I heard his interview, I didn't want to have a go at him, but I felt that he was totally out of order and he was totally wrong in what he said. And development league's fine, and if you want that mentality, you're not a winner. You're developing kids in your development league, leave them there. If we want to escape and we want to get promotion into the first division and we want to go further and win the first division, then we've got to think outside the box. We're not a development team here. We're the senior team at Deeside, and we're developing players so they can play at a higher standard. We're not developing players so they can stay at the same standard.
As head coach here at Deeside, is it a sense of pride after a game like tonight when you've got the result, you've got the excitement, and you've got the support there?
Every time we win, I'm proud of the fellas. I'm proud of the fellas even when we lose, and we've only lost 1, as long as we lose the right way. If we get beat by a good side, I won't revert to Matt Bradbury tactics. I'll compliment the team for beating the Dragons and say we were beaten by a better team like Nottingham were tonight. But what I won't do is I won't revert to them tactics, but I'll be proud of my players whatever happens.
Lol, what a great result tonight. Couple of games left to go. We look forward to speaking to you then. Quite a feisty game here this evening.
Yeah, definitely. Probably towards the 3rd period, it started getting feisty. I think when they saw that we had control of the game, you know, their tactic was to rile up the few guys, try and get the main guys penalties. You know, they went for both our inputs, Super and Palak. You know, and you only do that if you want to try and upset a few guys. You know.
Mike, congratulations on the result and good luck in those final games of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The end of one of the games that I think is going to go down as a highlight for our season, Gary.
Most certainly. It had everything we said it was going to have in it. Action, goals, and a little bit more maybe.
Nottingham Lions, of course, they certainly came to play. 2 goals on the board early, really set the tone of this game.
Well, it's like I said from the start, that they come here with a purpose, and they knew that they were capable of beating Deeside because they've done it before. So they had nothing to lose. They came here and gave it their all. And okay, bit of a shock start. 2 goals down. Made the Dragons wake up.
And boy did they wake up. 2 short-handed goals brought them back into the game. Back and forth first period. Topped off by a quiet second period.
Yeah.
2 goals from the Dragons, but a change in pace from the first.
Well, it's like Lol's been saying all season. They're not going to take the foot off the pedal. It didn't change anything, stuck to their game plan. Okay, it was quite a second period, but most certainly it gave us what we wanted. It gave us action. It gave us an intense game. The tempo was quite high at times, and although Nottingham came with a short bench today, which we thought was going to be detrimental to them, they stuck at it and gave it their all.
They did, took it all the way down to the wire, but a 3rd period that was scrappy. Some good intense action, some big goals, but ultimately, Gary, do you think the calls on the ice could have been handled a little differently?
Well, we've been saying this on and off throughout the season about the amount of referees that you have at games and how it could ruin games at times. And I know that at Deeside have played where they've had games where they drew 5-5. I think it was at Blackburn. They had 1 official for that, and I don't know whether that'll make any difference at all, but you need those extra pair of eyes to see things, and of course it's all about controlling the game. Now it's great when you've got 2 officials, 3 even better, but when you've got a game which was as high tempo as that, got quite heated as that, what you don't want to be doing is you don't want to be trying to bottle all this pressure up and restrict it, because the fans came here tonight, paid good money to come and see a good game, and they came to see fights as well. And if you try and restrict that to try and control the game, you're going to disappoint not just us as viewers, but the fans as well. And you know, they want to see this action, and they won't come back if they're not going to see it. It kind of spoils the game a little bit. I think if they'd have let it go and let the guys go at it a bit more. I don't think you'd have seen that many people in the penalty box, because that third period, I stopped counting when I got to 10. I've only got so many fingers, Dave.
It is a fine balancing act between playing the game
Yeah.
and putting on a show.
Well, that's it.
admittedly.
And at the end of the day, Deeside today tried to put on a really, really good show. And, take my hat off to them. Crowds are here. The two teams are here. You couldn't have asked for two better teams. But I think the referees kind of spoils it a little bit today.
So we'll hopefully catch up with the Nottingham Lions at some point in the future. They've had an absolutely outstanding season as well. They're currently playing third place in the league. So we'll hopefully catch them maybe in the playoffs. But we're going to be back in 2 weeks' time with the whole game here. And they're all turning into big games now. We're only 3 wins away from the Deeside Dragons winning the league.
And don't forget, in a couple of weeks after that, you got Widnes game. Deeside travel to Widnes on Valentine's Day. Could we see a Valentine's Day massacre?
Well, make sure you go down to the Widnes rink and catch that game, Silver Blades. It's going to be an absolutely outstanding derby game, so make sure you're there for that. Until then, I'm Dave Griff.
I'm Gary Lee.
We'll see you next time.